Options is a very unique program. We have a online, fully virtual. We have book-based, and we have academy, which is face-to-face.
We have students all over the state.
This is a fast track to where I want to be in the future, so I'm able to learn at my pace.
It's just been the right option for our family.
The family may have 4 children, and each child could be on a very prescribed, specific program for that child.
We're the perfect school concept.
Welcome to another School Scoop, sponsored by the Options Virtual Charter School. I'm Chris Trottier, and I'm going to hand it over to my friend and colleague, Jess Rimey, the principal at the 912 Options Virtual Charter. Welcome, Jess and Adam and Becca, to the School Scoop.
Thanks for having us today. I am so excited to have Adam here today to talk about a new program that Options is partnering with them in doing. And already, and I think Becca can confirm this, already we're enjoying not only working with UW Green Bay, but already having some students signing up and finding success is unbelievable. So first I want to turn it over to Becca. If you could tell us a little bit about your role and what you aim to do to help students.
Yeah, my role at Options is the Student Success Coordinator. I primarily work with high school students that are interested in taking dual credit courses through the Early College Credit Program or Start College Now. So these are courses that are going to save students a lot of time and money because it allows them to earn credit that goes both towards high school graduation, but also it allows students to start getting college credit and building up a college transcript while they are in high school.
And Becca, tell us a little bit about WSCA and how you met the wonderful UW Green Bay team.
Yes. So every year I go to the Wisconsin School Counselor Association conference. It's a great conference. I always learn a lot and take a lot back. But this was my first time attending the conference as someone who is in the high school realm rather than the middle school realm. So I was going to a lot of different sectionals that I'm used to going to. And one of the sectionals that I chose to go to that I'm very thankful that I did was Adam sectional. It was all about dual enrollment through the University of Wisconsin Green Bay. And that's where I found out about, honestly, quite a few opportunities that I thought would be really perfect, to be honest, for our students being part of a virtual school and also in my role working with students that want to earn those dual credits.
Because of this, she comes back to school. She's beyond excited. I'm starting to get emails and chats. You'll never guess what I found at UW Green Bay. It's amazing. You're going to love it. And the term Rising Phoenix is just coming through. And so after meeting with them, we decided, they've had a lot of success with the Rising Phoenix program. It was time to bring it and partner it up into our world. So now I invite Adam. Welcome. We're excited to have you.
Thank you.
You want to tell us a little bit about your role at UW Green Bay and get us started?
Absolutely. So hello, everyone. I'm so excited to be here today for the School Scoop. My name is Adam Landenberger, and I'm the Associate Director for Dual Enrollment Services with UW Green Bay. Very long title, but basically any students that take college credit before they graduate from UW Green Bay goes through our office or the Early College Programs office. So that office is pretty specifically Rising Phoenix, but the past 3 years before starting this role that I'm in now, as of June, I worked in the Rising Phoenix program as a student success coach. So very similar to what Becca does as far as helping students through your district, learn about different dual credit opportunities. The student success coach is the individual that helps students in Rising Phoenix get a feel for what they're doing. They help them pick out their classes, make suggestions as far as courses that might be of interest based off of what they'd like to do when they're older and those types of things, as well as really help them in that first semester with a how to college course. And so I now work with the whole team of dual enrollment at UW Green Bay, and we offer a lot of the classes that students take in Rising Phoenix, and we're all just one big group making sure that there's opportunities across the state.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Well, when we heard that there was an opportunity Rising Phoenix, where our students can earn or have the potential to earn an associate's degree while in high school, and they get support from the university, that's very unique. That's something that we haven't come across yet, with that level of support and an associate's degree. So tell us a little bit, Adam, about the program and how it can benefit students.
Absolutely. Great question. So we had a small but mighty team head down to Texas many years ago, and they visited a conference that was all about pre-college programs. And the high school itself was modeled that everyone that attended had some sort of credential by the time they made it to high school graduation. So if that was a certificate in maybe manufacturing or an associate's degree or that internship, like there was a next step for everyone. And we loved that idea, and we brought it back to Wisconsin. So we started the Rising Phoenix program in 2020. We had one school that believed in the mission as far as granting access to students before they graduate, and that it's going to be a bigger commitment than what they already are signed up for the early college credit program. So for those of you that aren't aware, the early college credit program is state legislation that says students can get college credit before they graduate. The school will take care of the cost as long as it meets X, Y, and Z, those types of things. And that's for 18 credits. Now, an associate's degree, if you're not familiar, is a minimum of 60 college credits. So it's a lot more labor intensive. And when we were building the program, we knew that we wanted that coach person from UW Green Bay built into how we modeled. So as far as making sure the students have someone to ask those questions to on a regular basis, we know that schools often have a resource limitations as far as staffing available, where they have a lot of students they work with. So if students are going through a program that's going to be more hands-on than others, it's going to be really important that they can ask lots of questions and get those things answered. So some of the other things that the coaches do within the Rising Phoenix program is they teach that how to college course in that first semester. They help students in a monthly one-on-one to make sure everything's going smooth. So what are those questions? Bring them to me. Text if you need to. Otherwise, this meeting's all about you. What do you want this to look like? Things in those meetings often go over time management, personal life, as far as how is balance going between your academics and the things you have going on at home or work for many of our students, and more. So that coach is really like the core part. And then students have that added benefit of the individual at the school district who's always been in their corner. So what is it that the students has talked about as far as what they want to do for their career? If they're not sure, we'll help you discover what that looks like too. But that's kind of how the modeling of the program works. So we launched in 2020 with Manitowoc Lincoln. And since we've grown substantially. So this year we have just under 500 Rising Phoenix students across the state. And now we know that this is a virtual school as far as the district, and that's not something new to this program either. We have students that are taking classes and participating in Rising Phoenix all the way up in Ashland and Bayfield, which is basically Canada on Lake Superior, all the way down to Milwaukee.
They all own a shovel there.
They own multiple shovels.
Multiple shovels. They have shovels, snowshoes. Yes.
They have been applying the salt on their sidewalks for weeks.
That's
yes,
right.
We know this up in Ashland Bayfield. But basically, these students are able to participate even if they're not within driving distance to our campus. We not only have a campus in Green Bay that offers face-to-face classes, but we have one in Manitowoc and Sheboygan too. That's not preventing students from other parts of the state from participating as well. So,
Adam, you brought up something that's really unique to Elkhorn, and I wanted to I think it's important to communicate this.
Yeah.
A lot of school districts, when they go down that path of the early college credit program, you indicated that they use that 18 credit minimum as kind of as a threshold.
Only cover up to 18. Yep.
As a threshold. This is where I think the Elkhorn Area School District is unique. And you want to talk a little bit about, I'm guessing you were slightly surprised to hear that the early college credit program at Elkhorn is a little bit more divergent from other school districts. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yes, that is absolutely not what we see at most districts. So state legislation, all the legal things that are super boring and not fun to bring up on a podcast. But basically it says that things have to be in by certain days. If you have other things that you'd like to take for college credit, you have to take the high school version instead. There's lots of check boxes. So if students don't have those requirements met, the school can legally say, no, we're not going to cover the cost of this. Elkhorn's in a very different situation where they're like, what fits best for you? Would you rather take it for college credit? Let's find an option. That's not normal, and it's something that you should be appreciative of your district for. We work with schools all across the state. We're in over 40 different counties. That's not normal. So we're very lucky at Elkhorn to have these opportunities, specifically being able to go over that 18, to have Rising Phoenix available, all those good things. So make sure you say your thanks.
What do you see in other districts that if they want to say, hey, as a former high school principal for 20 years, usually what happens after the 18 threshold where in other districts, what do they usually require of the families?
Then the families are usually financially responsible for that course. One thing too, if a school says for ECCP or the early college credit program that they aren't willing to cover the cost of a course because of whatever justification they provide, the student could still take the course. But in that case, they'd be required to pay full price without the opportunity for financial aid. So the fact that Elkhorn's in a complete different situation is very exciting for students to get that jump start on higher ed.
Jess and Becca, is that how we handle anything more than 18 credits?
No, if you've got more than 18 credits, we're celebrating you and we're saying, what's next? Where are we going now? I think we're really pleased to offer a very personalized and flexible online learning format, and to be able to partner with the University of Wisconsin-Green Bay in a very personalized virtual format. Getting support that you don't see in every university, that is for sure, along with kind of a competitive edge, if I might say, when you really think about students having the rigor and building a strong academic foundation very early in their schooling career. It's launching them into the future now for free.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Becca, I have a question, and Adam, that maybe the two of you can handle that, can shoulder this. So if I enter as whatever grade, because it's open for grades 9 through 12, early college credit, correct?
Yep.
Okay, so I enter in. Are there a series of courses? I know you mentioned at least one of them, but what are some of the courses you would recommend for freshmen? And then talk to me about, are those transferable within the UW system?
Adam, do you want to take that one, or do you want me to start with it?
How about you start, then I'll chime in after.
Woo, I like it. I like it. You guys have some synergy. I love the rhythm. I love the rhythm. All right, here we go.
So for our 9th graders that are doing early college credit programs, typically I would recommend courses that are a little bit more foundational courses, just given the fact that they are younger. So I do want to make sure that they are entering into courses that are going to transfer no matter where they choose to go in the future. So I do a lot of research on the back end before I meet with students and think about their interests, their future career goals, and then also thinking about, hey, are these classes that I'm recommending going to count for both high school and college credit? So there's many different factors to consider when you're choosing classes with students. And I find that the most helpful thing for me to do is to be able to collaborate with the college, because they are experts in their own domain. So I actually was just working with an academic advisor from Green Bay, emailing with her earlier today about which courses would be most helpful for my student to take, because I can see what's available at Green Bay, but that academic advisor or that person that works at the university just naturally has a little bit more knowledge about which courses are going to make the most sense. And then I, of course, have more knowledge about what the student needs in terms of high school. So that partnership is honestly invaluable.
Absolutely. Great points, Becca. One thing that is super helpful from our perspective is this beautiful website called transferology.com. Mm-hmm. I like to describe it as like the reverse Amazon of college credits. But basically, students can set up their own account, and then they can put in the courses that they've taken, the term they've taken it, the actual name. So maybe your high school calls it something else, but like, what's the UW Green Bay name for the course? And then they can hit search. And Transferology has all UW schools in it, all Wisconsin technical colleges, and many of the private colleges in the state, as well as lots and lots of colleges outside of the state of Wisconsin too. And students can see what percent of their classes transfer to that institution that maybe is on that dream list. If that college isn't in there, that's okay. You can always reach out to that institution directly. And sometimes students are disappointed by the number of, or the percent of credits that transfer, but there's 3 lovely buttons in Transferology that says, yes, it transfers, maybe we need more information. And then there's a button to get you in contact with that institution too. So if you're like, I feel like this should transfer, can I have some more information? Now, that university will often ask for a copy of your syllabus. And a syllabus is basically like a guide for everything you're going to cover over the course of a semester in a college class. And by reviewing that, they're able to see what they offer at their campus that might be comparable. So that's a tool that we help out students with, as well as Becca too, to see what that would do at multiple institutions. That's one of the great parts about dual enrollment. If students are thinking, I'd like to take English and maybe a different option, that's where we can look at what do we have available to get both of those checkboxes done at the exact same time. Or if you're like, I'm so passionate about going into engineering, let's find classes that meet those high school requirements that also meet those engineering requirements too.
So I'm guessing, Adam, and I'm going to show my bias here, as excited as Becca was about the program, you had to be like, wow, this Elkhorn School District is impressive. They have a Becca, unlimited credits, unlimited, free of charge. I'm super impressed by what our district offers. And I know you have other partners, so you can only say so much, so I won't put you on the spot. But it's just an impressive opportunity. And when the school district decided to call it options, that was, no pun intended. No, it really was. It really was. So Jess, when you look at this program, like, let me ask you, like, who would fit the profile of a kid who would really benefit from this program? And Adam and Becca, please, chime in also. But Jess, who do you see like really, who would you like market this to and really encourage to take advantage of this unique opportunity?
Yeah. I think on a broad scale, any student who is interested in college credits is interested in starting their future now. On a very specific level, I think we're interested in talking to students from marginalized communities. I think we're interested in talking with students that are first generation, that they're going to be paving the way for their family and generations to come, getting started with college now. We're looking at students who feel a little defeated at the cost of college and how that may feel for their family and the burdens it may put on them. We're here to kind of remove some of those boundaries, barriers. We're here to kind of remove some of that fear and create accessibility for all students, and not just those who it's already easily accessible to.
You know what I think about too, Jess? And I hope I get this right, and it's unintentional if I get it wrong. But I think about, as we see an increase in our school at home families, like, this is a great opportunity to take advantage of a school district from, I mean, you can be I can be way over to the west in Belmont, Wisconsin. I can be up in Hudson. See how my finger disappears? Up in Hudson. I can be the new north, way northeast. I could be.
That's me.
Yeah, there you go. I could be at the tip of the thumb in Michigan. We really own the thumb, but we could be over there. And if you're a school at home family, open enroll. This stuff happens for free, unlimited.
Yeah, one of the very first things I heard from Adam and working with Aubrey was that they have families who traditionally homeschool. This program they're not eligible for. You have to be connected to a public school. Well, that's when you call Becca and I, and we get you enrolled in our school. We pay for the credit, but you're taking all your classes at UW Green Bay. You're getting a high school diploma. You're working toward an associate's degree. It's free, and it's accessible to you for the first time ever.
You know what my favorite number is in the world?
Is it 0, Chris?
Boom!
Oh my God, am I good or what?
Adam, you were so smart. No wonder they wanted you on here.
Thank you.
Becca, I wanna just ask you. Let's say I'm interested. I'm listening to this podcast. I'm interested. I'm a parent. I'm a student. What are my next steps?
Yeah, good question. I would say that the first step would be to check out the website.
Who knew?
Because we do have a web page on the Rising Phoenix website specifically for options, because every school, of course, is a little bit different that is involved in this program. So if you go and you click on Options Virtual Charter School, it will tell you more information and then really what you need to do to go ahead and get started. The other part that I think is really helpful is there are a few requirements for students to be eligible for this program. So I think that's a good thing to kind of look into first, just to see if you are somebody that fits those requirements. And then the next step would be to reach out to me. And then we will go ahead, we'll set up a meeting, talk about each student's, personal goals, what they're looking for in their future. And then from there, we would go ahead and talk about the process of applying, what that would look like, and then move forward from there.
And it looks like here that we want them to be a current 10th grader. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so it's not unlike early college credit. We want them to be a current 10th grader. Well, that makes sense. Okay.
Yes. So they would then be participating in the Rising Phoenix program throughout their junior and senior years.
Got it.
If
Okay.
you're in high school already, and maybe you're already in 11th grade or 12th grade, or you're excited about getting a jump start and you're in 9th grade, that's the exact same situation where you would go back to Becca and she's going to talk to you about other dual credit options too. And there's plenty of other stuff available with UW Green Bay Online and other campuses as well that she can talk to you about.
If you are currently enrolled here at Options, the application steps are very simple. We will help with all the teacher recommendations. Becca will walk you through the application. She'll send your transcripts and your online engagement, which is like attendance. If you're not currently a student at Options Virtual Charter School, you're interested in our personalized virtual learning, or you're interested in switching over so that this program can be accessible to you and your students, reach out to Becca, reach out to myself, and we can get you enrolled very quickly, sometimes under 72 hours, and we're turning around, and we can start getting these application steps ready to go for you and your students, so you can start now.
And the deadline, if I saw correctly, is we want those applications done by submitted by March 18th. Is that correct, Adam?
That's correct. And then one other note, just because I know there's going to be some families excited after listening to this, is that the application.
Wait till you see this thing live. You'll be excited.
The application will be open soon. So it will be live to start working on those bits as of January 13th.
Got it.
One part of the application is some short essays. Now, students usually get nervous because the word essays involved. Don't. It's 3 very simple prompts. Why are you interested in this program? What's a challenge that you've overcome? And then the third prompt is, what resources do you use now to make sure you'll be successful in college too? So if you want to start working on some items, that would be a great thing to start working on before the applications open up for you to be able to actually submit them. But the application itself is really simple. It's going to be some basic.
Adam, is this where we endorse ChatGPT or no?
No, we're not doing that.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So the essay is.
Now you know what kind of student I was.
The essays are really important. So at UW Green Bay, it says on there that we're looking for a 3.0 or higher. If you have that 2.75 or above, please don't prevent what's written on our website from making you nervous about applying. We would still love to see your application, but that's where the essays are going to be super important. So you're going to be able to say, hey, I'm looking at an online school now, and I previously wasn't, and it didn't work for me. That would be a great space to explain how you think this is going to be an excellent opportunity for you, and maybe explain if there are any bumps on your transcript that you think you've come past at this point. And so that would be a great thing to start working on now. And then applications are open, as mentioned, through the middle of March, the 18th. And then students start hearing back on admissions decisions come that April timeline of April 2025. So that's a little rundown. And then we'll be sure to schedule an information session too, similar to this, but in a lot more detail about Rising Phoenix, to go over the details if you have any individual questions then as well.
Well, this is a call to action right now. This is a call. Like if you are currently a sophomore I don't care if you're learning at home, school at home, or you are in any part of the state, or you are in a district that limits you to 18 credits. I'm calling out all families. When you see this video and it goes live, because we are recording it, but when this thing goes live, share the Facebook post, share the YouTube link, share the Twitter account, LinkedIn, share it. We're talking significant monies. I mean, as you can see, I have a daughter at Eau Claire. I mean, the amount of money you could save, and she went in with 20 college credits. You're not taking an AP course and hoping for a test. You're taking a college class. This is transferable. No stress with the test. No stress with the test. That's our new shirt. No stress with the test. I love it.
I was the person that didn't pass their AP exam with a 3 or higher, so I didn't get college credit. So this is a very different experience. Our students like to learn about that.
It is. And that transferology is huge. So, well, I just appreciate Jess and Becca. Great work on this partnership. Adam, love it. Well done to the Fighting Phoenix.
Thank you.
Love it. But we can't, we got to close with a little something a little more funny and playful. So since we're about to jump into the Christmas and holiday season, I don't know. I love Christmas movies. Anybody else here? So, all right. Oh, but guess what? I'm going to ask you. We're going to go around. We're going to start with Jess, then Becca, then Adam, and I'll close. What's your favorite Christmas movie?
Most of my favorite movies are Christmas movies. I will watch them all year long. My Christmas tree goes up right after trick-or-treating. I'm one of those. Sorry,
one of those.
One of those.
So my favorite would be The Santa Claus. Tim Allen.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. All right.
It's really close with Home Alone.
It is. All right, Becca, who do you got? Let's hear it.
Okay, so I am the exact opposite of Jess. I am a Christmas music hater, I must admit, until it is like the week of Christmas. I cannot listen to Christmas music. I do not even have a tree up right now, but that's because I'm going to Hawaii over break. So I didn't want to come back and have to.
Humbug.
I know, but I think given that, it just shows that my favorite Christmas movies, and I say movies because I have to have two, are just, they reign supreme. Like, they have to be good for me to love them. And that would be Elf. I dress up as an elf every single winter, so it has to be Elf. And then How the Grinch Stole Christmas with Jim Carrey. They are just hilarious. I love them both.
Okay. Adam, here we go.
My answer is going to be How the Grinch Stole Christmas, but like my answer, Becca stole my answer. So I would also add Home Alone up there on the list. That was like the classic that we watched every year. And then you watch the sequels and you're like, they're not as good, but I'm just so invested in this family. So those are up there for me.
All right. So I'm going to show my age here. And I'm going to go with, come on. Can we give Ralphie some love?
A Christmas Story.
Come on, Ralphie. He's in that snowsuit. And then the other one has to be National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Yes. Another amazing one.
Cousin Eddie's a beauty in that one. He is a beauty. He's got that dickie on. He wears that when he goes shopping. Oh, my God. It's so funny. So, all right. Well, that's good. Jess and Becca, that was a lot shorter than our conversation around Halloween about Halloween candy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, by the way, Adam, Jess likes candy corn. I'm just saying.
I respected you, Jess, before I knew that.
All right. Well, on that note, this is a great opportunity, man. If whoever hears about this, if you're not knocking the door down at Options Virtual Charter and getting a hold of Jess and Becca, man, I would take advantage of this opportunity. Adam, well done. I got to pick some closing music here. And what better? I don't have any Christmas music loaded. I'm so sad. I'm like, I should have had that up, but whatever. I knew Becca would get upset with it. So,
are you going to play it, Chris, or are you going to sing for us?
Oh, I'm not singing. No, no. But I will close with a little rock music, and then we'll hit the end of the recording. Adam, thanks for being here. Jess, Becca, great work. Happy holidays to everybody as you watch this, and forward this School Scoop on to your friends and anybody who's interested. Thank you so much. And on that note, oh, see, that's what I'm talking about.